my Shadow Clan, Shadow Warrior for today, here to bring you part 2 to What If Female Deku Was Born. Yeah, I'm bringing you part 2. Now, like I said at the end of part 1, part 2, which is this, I'm gonna try to make it just a high school life. Why? Because I can, and I've actually want to see where my mysterious mind can take me in this part. Okay. We start off on the first day of their high school life. Now, Melissa, Izuki, and Bakugo walk into the school courtyard, chat, hang out, wait for the bell to go. They go, and they all find out they're in the same class. They find out they're all in the same class, which they all find is awesome. When they get to the classroom, the teachers... No, not the teacher, the teacher. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, let me say something about this high school. Okay, this high school just doesn't do the, you know what high schools in real life do. They don't mix up the years. They just have full-on year classes. You know, year classes full of year 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s, 11s, and 12. All that. Yeah, blah blah. I need to remember to explain everything at the start of the what if, or the start of every part I feel needs explaining. Not bloody stop the what if halfway through and start explaining shit. Now we get to when the teacher walked in. He told everyone to introduce themselves. Now, it all went fine until we got to the very last person, which is, well, Melissa. She stood up introducing herself as Melissa Shield and saying she's crookless. Now, a lot of kids didn't really seem to mind, mainly boys, but a lot of the girls didn't seem to mind, but, well, the other percentage of people that didn't like the fact she was crookless just started whispering about it to each other. Now we skip to lunchtime. Yeah, we skip to lunchtime, and Bakugo and Izuki are, while they're getting their lunch, Melissa's all alone. This is when 3 girls decide to, well, come up and start bullying Melissa. Bakugo gets back first and tells the 3 girls to whack off. Not to whack off, to piss off. Yeah. All the girls didn't like this, so they just start asking Bakugo why he's defending a crookless kid when he responds with, "I'm not gonna ask nicely again. Piss off." This is when one of the girls says, "Oh, she's your girlfriend then." This is when Melissa and Bakugo both blush really hard. Melissa just hides her face while Bakugo goes, "No, she's not my girlfriend, she's my friend, you little witch." As when she gets mad, saying, "What did you call me?" Which is when almost everything in the cafeteria just starts levitating off the ground. Including the table Melissa is sitting on. She's she, got surprised by this and started holding onto the table tight, which is when the girl's levitating everything out of pure anger. Calm down and put everything down nicely. They continue to bully. This is when Izuki shows up saying, "It's not nice to bully someone, you know." As you're turning around saying, "Yeah, what do you know?" As she just sighs, saying, "It doesn't matter if someone's quirkless or not. Someone being quirkless is no right to be bullying someone." This is when the main girl actually takes it as an offense. As an offense, yes. Some girls, not all, but some girls do, specifically bratty girls, take offense at just facts. Yeah, well, now back to the bloody story. Now back to the main. Now back into the what if. The main girl that was bullying Mercer has a sort of, I'm gonna say, like, I'm just gonna put it now, just like a quirk that can summon giant spikes. Which is when she summons like 6 of them and out of pure hatred, just launches them at Izuki, and they all hit her, impaling her, and just send her flying into the wall. And pinning her down till the teachers arrived. Now, during this time, Now, I'm going to backtrack a little bit. This is when, now before the teachers arrived, after Izuki hit the wall, Melissa was worried, ran to Izuki saying, "Izuki, are you okay?" In a very worried voice, as Izuki said, "Yes, Melissa, I'm fine." Now we skip to Bakugo's point of view, and he just starts thinking in his head, that reaction Melissa gave. She was worried for her friend, yes, but that seemed more than a genuine friend being worried for another friend. I wonder. You can already tell where I'm going with this if you are old enough and actually can read body language. Now, when the teachers arrived, they got Izuki down with some struggle, but they got her down pretty easily when the principal showed up. Now, this principal has a strength quirk. It's not a very strong one, so he easily pulls out the spikes, which aren't that heavy. Which is when the principal tells someone to call an ambulance, but Bakugo walks up saying, "No need." As the principal asks, "What do you mean, no need, boy?" As then he just points to Izuki as the principal turns his head just to see smoke coming off the wounds where the spikes were impaled. As he's surprised and very shocked at this. As she stands up like 10-15 seconds later after healing, saying, that was interesting. As she's just 100% fine. No marks left over. Now, as the day, and wait, how long have I been talking for? 10 minutes. Do I have time to go through some some few year 7 high school events? Do I? Yeah, I do. Now, to skip to months later after that incident, it's, well, Christmas Eve, as David has invited the Midori's and the Bakugos over for a Christmas dinner, as naturally they would accept. Now, when they're there, Melissa, Bakugo, and Izuki are just hanging out in... Wait, do I do this? Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Melissa in her home, because, well, she asked her dad and he accepted. She asked her dad to remove the guest rooms for, let's say, her own little home in a home. Meaning by this, she's asked for a lounge room. She can have her own TV, her own lounge, along with a kitchen that she can cook from herself. And totally off topic and non-related, you can actually buy houses like that. Yeah, you can buy houses that, if I remember correctly, you can buy houses that have like 2 lounge rooms and no, you can't buy a house with 2 kitchens. But you can buy houses with 2 lounge rooms. They're expensive as shit, but you can. Yeah, so, now back to the what if. Melissa asked her dad for her own lounge room and her own kitchen on the, I'm not gonna say floor. Yeah, David has, like, a fucking big house with a lot of floors. So he renovated one of the floors to have, well, a second kitchen, a second lounge room, and a bedroom for Melissa. So yeah, I guess you can say Melissa has a home inside of a home, if that makes sense. Sorry for that long rant, but it's just what I do. Yeah, as Izuki, Melissa, and Bakugo are all hanging out in Melissa's own, like, floor apartment. I guess you can call it a floor apartment. As they're just sitting down in Melissa's lounge room watching some Christmas movies, having fun. Watching Christmas movies. Hours later, David calls the kids down to the main dining room for dinner. As they do that, they have fun talking in dinner and just we're having a good time. As Izuki and Melissa Melissa, my god, Melissa, in the kitchen doing the dishes. Now, yes, David would have servants to do that, but, well, not servants, maids. Sorry, I'm thinking like fucking kingdom stuff, fucking medieval times. Maids to do the dishes. Yes, but yeah, but for what I'm planning to do in part 3, it's just gonna make sense in part 3. Okay, wait, how long was that wait for? Fucking 50. Okay, as yeah, what I'm doing in part 3, this will make sense. So yeah. So David gave the maids the night off, and the chefs the rest of the night off after they cooked the dinner. Now, as we come back to the main dining room, which is when Bakugo is talking to his dad, Hisashi, and David, while Mitsuki and Inko are talking in the lounge room and getting, well, Christmas movies set up to watch for all the adults. Now we come back to Bakugo talking to, well, David, his father, and Hisashi. As that goes on, as when Izuki and Melissa come out of the kitchen, they see Bakugo just standing in the kitchen acting all innocent. Melissa just shoves this, waves this off as, well, something weird, but not something to be worried about. Izuki, on the other hand, has a bad feeling, as she looks again to see Bakugo looking all innocent, which actually scares her. As then when Melissa tries to go up the stairs, she's surprised at the sight by her father, Hisashi, and Bakugo's father doing a pool table up the stairs. As she asks, "What are you guys doing?" As Izuki comes into the doorway and sees the pool table trying to be dragged up by the 3 male adults. I'm not gonna say their names all the time because I'm just fucking I can't English. As she sees them trying to carry the pool table up the stairs, as she literally looks at them saying, "What the fuck?" As Mercer says, "Language, Izuki." As they go to sit down, they turn around to just see Bakugo standing right behind him. As Melissa says, move Bakugo, we're gonna go sit down while they take the pool table upstairs for some reason. As Bakugo says, "Nope." And then Bakugo gestures to look up with his finger. Izuki puts her head up, seeing a mistletoe above her and Melissa as she goes, "Really, Bakugo?" As Melissa asks, "What?" As Izuki says, "Look up." As she sees the mistletoe and just gets all flustered by it and tries to force Bakugo out of the way, but he's just not budging. As he says, you two know the rules of the mistletoe. As Melissa just starts blushing hardly, saying, rules? As she starts literally shoving Bakugo out of the way, but again, that's not working. As Mitsuki and Inko went into the one back to see why Melissa's just screaming, they see their husbands helping David bring a pool table up the stairs. Now the pool table is, I'm going to explain the pool table. That was part of Bakugo's plan to trap him, and, Bakugo actually wanted to play pool. That wasn't downstairs. So, he asked them to bring the pool table up, and he'd help him after his plan worked. Now, again, Inko and Mitsuki saw their husbands helping David trying to pull the pool table up the stairs, as then they see that Melissa and Izuki are trapped between Bakugo and the pool table, which is when Mitsuki notices the mistletoe, notifies Inko about the mistletoe, and Inko just starts giggling. As at this point, David, I still haven't learned Bakugo's dead names. I really should. So, as those three turn around, at this point, Melissa was just screaming and literally punching Bakugo to move, as her whole face is just red. As to the point where if you move Bakugo's shirt, you could literally see red fist marks on his chest. As they're really starting to hurt. As Izuki just gets tired of Melissa's screaming, turns her around and then kisses her. As she's stunned and shocked by this at first, but naturally just goes with the flow of the kiss and kisses Izuki back. As I'm going to say, 5 minutes passed. Yeah. By that time, Bakugo would have moved. The pool table would have been full on halfway up the stairs. And they would have noticed for the past 5 minutes, Inko and Mitsuki have been taking pictures. The fuck? Melissa runs up the stairs. Trying to help with the pool table so she can go hide in her room for what she did. As Bakugo and Izuki both help him, and then once they get the pool table up, yeah, and wait, how long have we been talking for? Wait, what? It's been 9 minutes. Holy fuck. Yeah, as they just spending 9 minutes on fucking Christmas. What the fuck is wrong with me? No, I love Christmas. That's probably right. Yeah, fuck, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, Bakugo and Izuki set up the pool table and just start playing pool, while Melissa's literally hiding in her room wishing to die. Yes, you can get so embarrassed you wish to die. I've been that embarrassed. Yeah, and I'm a lonely motherfucker. I'm actually a lonely motherfucker. Yeah, as David comes down along with Hisashi and Bakugo's father, asking why was Melissa face just red and rushed, and trying to rush him to get the pool table up. As Mitsuki and Inko show him the pictures of Melissa and Izuki kissing. Now, this just this didn't weird him out. It shocked him for a while, but then he just was cool with it. He just, well, let's just say David would have preferred Melissa to date a boy, but he's not gonna force his daughter to do anything. So, well, and plus Hisashi, Bakugo's father, and David, they're all close friends by this point. So basically, what I'm trying to say here for David is that as long as his daughter's happy, he's happy. Now, as we skip to when everyone's preparing to leave, Bakugo and Izuki are still playing pool and just listening to and having not Disney movies, fucking Christmas movies playing in the background on the TV. As Hisashi and David went up the stairs, and Hisashi says, Izuki, Bakugo, it's time to go home. As David said, they can stay here tonight if they want. As Mitsuki one comes at the scene saying, Are you sure, David? As he says, yeah, I'm sure. And plus, if Izuki wakes up early enough, she can cook her island famous pancakes. Yes, her pancakes are well known around Island, so get over it. As Inko heard that and just giggled a bit, as Mitsuki then asked, Izuki, Katsuki, are you both fine with staying here for the night? As they both said, yes, we're fine. As such said, okay, and walked down with Mitsuki informing Inko and Mr. Bakugo that they're gonna stay tonight. Which is totally fine by them, and they go home. Now we skip to like midnight. When it skipped to midnight. When we come to see Bakugo just passed out on the couch. This is when Izuki walks into Melissa's room, seeing her curled up on her bed, still awake, just still hiding her face. As she goes, "Hey Melissa, you okay?" As Melissa jolts up, chucks her pillow at Izuki, saying, "You kissed me in front of my dad." Come on, Melissa, he wasn't even paying attention. Plus, I don't think he'd care if me and you dated. As then Melissa just gets more flustered. And it just says, "I hate you, Izuki." As this makes Izuki laugh, saying, "No you don't. You love me." As Melissa just goes full red-faced, saying, "Yeah, what if I do?" This is when Izuki sits down next to Melissa, saying, "Well, you could always be my girlfriend." This is when Melissa just gets extremely fussy, picks up another pillow and just starts beating it into Izuki. And she's going, "Why would I date you, you greedy fox?" As Izuki grabs the pillow, saying, "Greedy fox, huh?" When Melissa turns away, saying, "Yeah." Now, Melissa, how am I a greedy fox? As Melissa just says, "Well, your crook is snatch, which would be perfect for a thief." And as she points to the side of Izuki's stomach, saying, "And you have a weird birthmark that has a shape that looks like a fox, so greedy fox." As this makes Izuki giggle a little bit, as she hugs Melissa, saying, Yeah. So if I'm your greedy fox, how about, yes." As Melissa says, "What's on your mind?" As Izuki then says, "If I'm your greedy fox, then you're my blonde shield." As this makes Melissa cheer up and giggle a little bit. And she says, "I get it, cause my hair color's blonde and my last name is Shield." As then, off guard, Izuki kisses Melissa again, and Melissa just melts into the kiss again. As Izuki asks, "So, do you want to be my girlfriend?" As Melissa says, "Yes, I want to be your girlfriend, you greedy fox." As they both fall asleep cuddling. Now, do I want to make this an hour? No, I'm not gonna make an hour long. Well, now, as the years go on, Melissa joined her high school's cheer team because, well, she saw it as fun and good exercise, so she did. Izuki joined her school's track team, so she runs track and field. But now when she goes for like track and field runs and that against other schools, the only rule is, well, no quirks. So she can't use her quirk. It's just her physical strength, and she comes first 50% of the time. which is, well, a bit, which is seen as average as a state, which is average as state for the state, but she's the first, she's the second fastest in her school. She's behind a kid that has a speed quirk, but because of his speed quirk, he's not allowed in track and field, which upsets him a bit, but he understands why he's not allowed in track and field. But yeah, from that small detail, she's the fastest in the school. Now, Bakugo, he didn't really join any sports teams because he didn't feel like it and want to. So the years go by to when they reach the last day of their high school. Which is when... Now by this time they're 18, so don't worry what I'm about to do. Which is when Melissa has the bright idea of all three of them hanging out. Which goes well. They all go to Melissa's house and hang out for the night. Now, this is when Izuki walks out of, well, Melissa's house for, I'm going to say, a budget of like 20 minutes. Melissa's like surprised that Izuki just up and left without a word, but she's happy to see her when she gets back, but she's surprised to see that Izuki has alcohol with her when she asks, Izuki, why do you have alcohol with you? As Izuki says, lighten up. Lighten up. We're 18 now, so we can drink alcohol. But if you don't want to, I won't force you. So, Mr. Bakugo says, hell yeah, give me that. He grabs one of the alcohols and just starts drinking. Now they drink for several hours of the night, and we come to at like 1 in the morning, and we see Bakugo passed out drunk on the couch. Which is when we come to, well, a drunk Izuki walking into Melissa's room. As Melissa sees that her girlfriend's drunk, so she takes the booze bottle away from her. As when she turns around, she sees Izuki naked. As she blushes this, saying, why are you naked? As Izuki just gives a wicked smile to Melissa. Now, for what I'm about to do, now I'm gonna put this as at the start of the video as a small text thing, so you know before this part, if you're not 18 plus, you should, if you're not old enough, you should leave. So yeah, as now Now I'm gonna give you a. Now that was the first warning. I'm gonna give you the second warning. If you're not old enough, now if you don't think you're old enough or 18 plus, leave now. Because if you don't, I'll find you and break your legs. Okay? Good. As Izuki just puts Melissa on her bed and just starts kissing her from her lips down to her neck, to her chest, onto her belly, all the way down to her vagina. As Melissa just blushes even more, saying, "Why are you kissing there?" As then Izuki moves, well, slides. No, it's not, takes off Melissa's panties. Melissa's just blushing even more, asking, "What are you doing?" Which is then this drunk Izuki just starts eating out Melissa's vagina. As Melissa's trying very hard not to moan loudly. As she, well, can't help moaning loud, but she doesn't moan too loud to where her father can't wake up. See now, which is when Izumi stops and starts undressing Melissa. Now, we skip to like a minute when Melissa's fully naked and Izumi is just now fingering Melissa's vagina. As Melissa's still trying to not wake her father up. As it's very difficult. Especially now, if you don't know, now if you haven't noticed, I do like all my what ifs off the top of my head. So yeah, I have no script whatsoever. So to the point where Melissa just starts squirting. When she's breathing heavily, she notices she's noticing Izuki putting her on the floor on her knees as she's questioning why she's doing that, which is when she then sees Izuki's, no, why am I saying that? I swear like 95% of the time of my video, so yeah, Izuki's pussy in front of her face as she's mysteriously drawn to it and starts eating out Izuki's pussy, and Izuki just starts moaning like crazy. As she tells Melissa to finger her, as Melissa then starts fingering her and also at the same time kisses Izuki's neck And after a few minutes of doing that, Izuki squirts. Yeah, well, yeah. Now they both fall asleep after this, and that's where we're going to be leaving it off. Because, I need to get to bed, and this is going on for like 45 minutes. Now, remember to comment, like, and or subscribe. Please turn on that post notification bell. And then, if you have any requests for what ifs you want me to do in the future, please write in the comments of what if ideas you have. And remember, when you subscribe and turn on that post notification bell, the Shadow Clan will grow bigger and bigger until it's the strongest clan in the world. Out.